For social innovation, does it necessarily have to target people who are in need, or can it, tackle maybe some, maybe health problems that are rampant in society, like say obesity, that kind of thing?
Well, that's a very interesting view because I would have thought that health problems in society, even though they're not the basic needs of food and water, and even if they're not the original health problems such as gastroenteritis from bad water supplies or malaria, even diseases of civilization, as we see them today, such as obesity, diabetes, strokes, heart attacks, cancers, they're actually very genuine needs of current society. If you remember what I said earlier on about dividing global needs between those, the traditional needs of food and water and shelter and safety, to those higher order needs that make people already fairly affluent have even greater access to well-being and prosperity, I think that category that you have identified is actually in the latter category. So they are genuine social needs. And they're not sort of icing on the cake, if you like, and they're not a sort of a second thought sort of social needs. And as one of my slides also said, and I'm sure nobody was reading my slides, which is fine, but it also said that your perception of needs depends on your time of history and who perceives the need. So in Singapore today, our needs are no longer slums with cockroaches and rats. The needs are no longer unsafe housing that are subject to fires and deaths. Our needs are very different. We now have an urbanized society with great affluence. Okay, we have a widening Gini coefficient. We can deal with that slowly. But we now have problems of health, as you say, based on diseases of affluent living. We have breakdown of social structure. We have a lack of connectedness between communities because our silos are now called flats rather than kampongs in the past. And we have all these things which cause social problems which we have to solve. And based on our history, our state of development, and from our perspective as citizens of Singapore, they're all genuine needs that need to be dealt with. And social innovation must be brought to bear to try and solve these problems.
I think it's a hugely important question what you asked. And I teach a module at NUS called Leadership in a Complex World. And one part of that module at the end involves us asking the students, make a pitch for a social change of some kind that you think is important. And tell us what it is, tell us why it is important, and why we should help you make this take place. And the inevitable question is always, what is a social change? How is it going to be innovative? What is social? And our reply to them is always, you tell us, You define it for yourself, get over the climate of fear and try, as Warren said. And then if there is a resonant message there, you will find that people will follow you. And if there isn't, then it's a good cue for you to go back and ask yourself, okay, what am I doing not quite right here? How do I need to widen or narrow my definitions a little bit more to make it resonant with people? So I think there's something that we get to determine here.